What was the single most terrifying moment of your life? I taught high school for 12 years, and one day, in the middle of a lesson, I looked up and noticed one of my students showing someone what looked very much like a handgun. I looked back down, trying to convince myself it was just a toy, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I needed to be sure. I stood up to sharpen my pencil, casually glancing over, and that's when I saw everything clearly. It was real. My heart started racing as I sat back down, trying desperately to keep myself from panicking. I had no idea how I was going to keep my students safe. Quietly, I walked over to one of my best students, bent down as if helping her with her work, and whispered for her to go get the assistant principal, tell him to call the police, and leave the school. She nodded, and I went back to my desk, pretending everything was normal while my mind raced, thinking of all the horrifying possibilities. It felt like an eternity, but finally, the assistant principal showed up and calmly asked to see the boy. The tension in the room was unbearable as the boy stood up, looked around, and started walking toward the door. I watched him reach into his pocket, and for a moment, I was about to scream, thinking the worst was about to happen. Thankfully, he just walked out. Moments later, I heard footsteps in the hallway, followed by the sound of the police grabbing him and putting him in handcuffs.